And we are live. Welcome into the Arena, Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast morning show for Friday, March 18th, 2022. Our Friday edition. I'm your host, XBat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleman Gaming on Twitch. Good morning, Burley. How you doing, man?
I am tired. I'm not even going to lie and try and fake it through. I am tired. This time change is screwed with me royally.
Now, if America goes to 365 days a year daylight savings time, do you think Canada will follow suit?
We pretty much will. Not like our premier of our province has said, if New York and Quebec does it, I think if the U.S. does it, it's going to put pressure. Quebec is going to do what Quebec's going to do. I'm not saying anything more on that, but I have a feeling we'll change. Let's just change this. This is so stupid in the year 2022.
Yeah, here in Japan, we don't change our clocks. We don't move them forward or backwards or anything. It stays the same all year round. So
you guys are smart.
Yeah, I guess. So the Friday edition. So we're going to be talking about the Quarry. So it's a new title from Supermassive Games, of course, the makers of Until Dawn. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about Hogwarts Legacy, of course, the state of play happened. We're going to give some thoughts on it. We're going to talk about that. And then, of course, Nintendo. So 3 Sega Genesis games coming to the Switch Online service. And Burley's got some information on that. We're going to talk about that as well for the Friday edition today. So let's get right into it, Burley. So, the Quarry. So, another game from Supermassive coming at us in June. So we're going to get to that right after we get the coffee brewing. Get that coffee up and running, Burley, and let's get started.
I'm getting that coffee. I'm going to need it today.
Yes, you definitely are. Okay, right after this, we'll be right back. All right, some more teen horror arriving on June 10th. So we got some information and a trailer on The Quarry, which is coming from Supermassive Games, the makers of Until Dawn. And this game kind of reminds me of Until Dawn, Burley. It's interesting, Until Dawn had kind of the same premise in a sense. It was a bunch of teens in a wintry, not a hotel, but like a kind of like a lodge or something like that. And so it kind of seems the same here as well, but more like in the summer season. So, what do you think of this?
This looks very interesting, and they got a lot of good actors for it. Mm-hmm. So which is nice to see. So know you're going to get some talent with the voice acting and all that. Not to say that video game voice actors there aren't talented ones there, but just it's interesting to see some more movie actors get into video games, and the digital de-aging for David Arquette there.
Yeah. So I'm going to read a little bit of this for you. So this is from CNET.com and Oscar Gonzalez. So, The Quarry is a new horror game from Supermassive Games, developers of 2015's Until Dawn, set to be released in June. Players will take on the role of 9 camp counselors at the Hackett's Quarry Summer Camp. On the final night of the camp, the teens throw a party, and that's when the horror starts. So, starring in The Quarry is an ensemble of Hollywood stars, including David Arquette, Ariel Winter, Justice Smith, Brenda Sung, Lynn Shane, and Lance Hendrickson. Oh, good old Lance Hendrickson. Yes. Yeah. Bishop! Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, as in Supermassive's Until Dawn, players will have to make a series of choices as they play. Every choice, big or small, matters, since a wrong decision could mean the end for a character. Players can also invite friends via online play to watch events unfold and vote on what choices to make. So, The Quarry will be available on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and the Xbox Series consoles on June 10th for $60. $60, Burley. Do you think this will be worth $60?
If you're into these style of games, I think you're going to get your money's worth. Mm-hmm. If these games don't cater to you, like I have Until Dawn, I have not played it. I'll be completely honest. Just haven't had the time yet to sit and do it.
Mm-hmm.
This, I feel you'll get your money's worth, because everyone that I've ever talked to that has played Until Dawn has told me it is a damn good game. And Morning Z saying, "Hey guys,
hey Z, welcome in, man." Yeah. So, yeah, here's the ensemble cast here. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go, Lance Hendrickson. Oh, I love that guy. Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, he was in that. He was also in that series called Millennium. Do you remember that, Burley? Millennium?
Vaguely.
Yeah, it was a spinoff of the X-Files, basically. The Millennium. It came out, like, I think in the mid 90s, I think it was. So, but anyway, yeah, good stuff, man. So yeah, June 10th of this year, we're gonna get this. But yeah, I mean, this, like I said, this game's premise is almost similar to, Until Dawn. Except the seasons are different. So, and you have different characters in this one. But yeah, so this will be interesting to see. So good stuff.
And we got Z in the chat saying, "I haven't played Until Dawn, but I do own it." Yeah, same Z. This does have me interested. I may pick this up day one. Who knows? But
yeah. Or it could wait for Game Pass too. So
yeah, that's probably what I'll realistically.
Yeah,
that's probably what'll end up happening.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, sometimes when I play these types of games, I like to let everybody die. I mean, these are the type of games that they always have a replay value. I mean, you're not only going to want to play this game one time. Yeah, obviously you want to. I usually go into it first. This is how expat would think in real life, and this is how I would make decisions for myself. And let's see how many people actually survive. And then the second playthrough, I'm like, I'm just going to let everybody die. I'm just going to play devil's advocate, and I'm just going to mess with everything, just to see what happens, So that's how I usually, go into these types of games, with the focus on doing it the first time as myself, and then the next time just, messing all out with the game and just letting everybody die. So
yeah, well, that's the thing. That is the beauty of just playing at different things and trying, for me, to be like, if I stream this game, let my chat make the decisions, and then you love it when the decision by certain people doesn't get picked. Why did you let this happen, you evil? And I'm like, no. Yeah, you guys voted for that. That ain't on me.
Yeah, these are cool games to stream. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I've never actually done it on a stream, but I mean, I could imagine it would be fun to play, like doing polls and stuff, and whatever the highest percentage, okay, let that person die or something like that. So.
Oh yeah, and we got Carl here in the chat, our other co-host.
Hey Carl, yeah.
I did a run in Mass Effect 2 specifically to get everyone to die.
Oh, okay.
Ah, Carl, you're a lot more evil than I expected.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Glad to hear.
So welcome in, Carl, our other co-host on the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast, Turn-Based Carl, where you can go to Twitter. He is our aficionado on Twitter for the Arena Podcast. So if you have any questions or comments about any particular games that you're playing, besides Elden Ring, you can go and talk to him about that.
Turn-based. Or State of Decay 2, he's your guy.
Tunic. I'm sure he's playing Tunic now. So, yeah,
I put a half hour into it last night.
Yeah. So good stuff. Yeah, I'm playing Guardians of the Galaxy now. I've finished the first 2 chapters this afternoon. It's an incredible game. I'm loving it. I'm loving the the dialogue and everything, and the music is amazing. From like my high school days and everything else. So good. So it's fun stuff. Yeah. So, all right, Burley, it's time to get to the next story. So we're going to be talking about Hogwarts Legacy. We're going to show a little bit of the trailer, and we're going to discuss it a little bit right after we get the drone flight. So, Burley, get that controller.
Yeah.
You got it? All right. So after the drone flight, we will be right back with Hogwarts Legacy. So stay tuned. right, so let's get to Hogwarts Legacy. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the video here. So, and I'm going to read a little bit of the description from Gematsu. So this is from Salomano over at Gematsu. So I'm just gonna read a little bit of this now. And I just want to let everybody know that Burley and I, we're going to be talking about this more in depth on the podcast as we record tomorrow for the weekly podcast episode. So anyway, Hogwarts Legacy will launch for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC this holiday.
So we didn't get a date.
Get a date, yes. Publisher Warner Brothers Games and developer Avalanche Software announced. The Switch version is newly announced. So the companies showcased 14 minutes of gameplay, as we're showing some of it here, running on PlayStation 5 during a dedicated state of play today, which also shared a number of details about the game's world and systems, and we will go into those more in depth tomorrow. So as we record the episode 78 of the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News podcast, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, Burley, what do you think of this game so far and the 14 minutes that we saw today?
Yeah, I did like this. I watched this last night. I was unfortunately not able to stream it due to a work emergency. I had to cancel all my plans.
Yeah.
So I had to come back and watch this. I like this. It still keeps me hyped for the game.
Yeah.
But one thing I know we'll go into more detail on this on the weekend.
Yeah.
How was this a state of play? We got nothing exclusive for this. That was like, this is a PlayStation exclusive thing.
Okay, I wanted to stop the video here because obviously you can see they're putting the cap on to determine what house this player is going to be in. So does that mean in the game you cannot choose the house that you want to be in? That's interesting. I mean,
I think they're going to go by the lore of the books, because in the lore of the books, the Sorting Hat will take your feelings into course. Because if it thinks you, let's say, should be Gryffindor, but you feel you should be Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw or Slytherin, it will take your feelings.
Yeah.
And that has been established in the books and even in the movies too.
Right. And from what they were saying, you start at year 5, so you're not like a first year little kid going into Hogwarts for the first time. So you're actually like maybe a transfer student or something. So you're starting at like year 5.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting idea because they want you not to just be too young where you can't do this, you can't do that, right? Whereas you're older, you'll have the ability to do more spells. You can go out of Hogwarts and go to more areas.
Right.
So I think that is more what they're going for, which is a smart idea.
Yeah.
Let's just see. Like, I think it's a smart idea. We'll see how it's executed when the game comes out, because we can't fully say until we play the game.
Yeah. So, Carl in the chat was saying, no time for anything but triangle strategy right now. So, yeah, Carl's playing triangle strategy at the moment. So, not Tunic. So, yeah. I'm sure he'll play some of it later, though. But anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So, so we get all of these different professors and, of course, different areas of the school where you can make potions and just walk around, and it looks amazing. I mean, it's going to be fun to play, and all the puzzles that they're going to have, like through the pictures on the walls that you open up into new corridors and things like that. So what they're showing right here, I mean, this is really cool, but I'm just hoping the puzzles aren't too challenging, so but
yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll make the puzzles probably pretty fair, and they may, who knows, they may do stuff with accessibility settings where if you're not, like, remember how they did it for like Horizon and stuff, you have your different difficulties, and they did it for Valhalla. If you're exploring and all that, they'll do stuff like that, I'm sure, to make it easier.
Yeah, and obviously this is going to be like an open world type of game. So, I mean, you can venture outside of Hogwarts, and you can go into the small little town areas as well. So to get supplies and other things for like potions or, whatnot. So yeah. So what other things struck you about this video, Burley?
So what some of the stuff that struck me is that, like, as you said, like the whole puzzles, but you're gonna be they're really putting on the crafting. You're gonna be making potions and all that. So
Yeah, and the
that's gonna be
talents and abilities. Yeah.
so that's gonna be cool,
Mhm.
and that they're really, because I knew very little of this game, that they're really, like, they're making it there is an actual story,
Yeah.
that they're pushing a big story. Like, I thought, I'll claim ignorance on this. I thought this was just going to be you're playing and interacting with a bunch of other players.
Yeah.
But this is kind of neat. You're doing a story.
Yeah. 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 So brewing potions, you're gonna have different classes and things like that too. So yeah. So
And they are bringing characters from the books in, because you
Yeah.
see Sir Headless Nick, nearly Headless Nick, in the later in the trailer.
right.
So it is nice that they're taking established characters and new ones,
Right.
making
right.
new ones. So this
Right.
is that'll be neat.
Yeah, and you can visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade as well in this game. So, and as you explore, you can find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. So I'm sure there's going to be hundreds of side quests in this game.
Oh yeah, but
I can imagine. Yeah.
I'm gonna wonder. I want to know, and we'll learn way later, is how important is your house in this game? How much is that going to change that I'm in Gryffindor and you're playing Slytherin? Like, do certain things in the story change? Like, or do you get access to certain spells or certain stuff to help you out that changes how you play the game, how I play?
Yeah. So, mastering spells, befriend new allies, journey across the landscape never seen before, uncovering ancient secrets. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I wonder if there's going to be any kind of multiplayer style elements to this as well. So, we shall see. But...
Yeah, I would like to hope they do multiplayer, but judging from what we got here, I kind of don't think we're going to get multiplayer. They may have mentioned stuff in this. I do apologize, but like,
yeah,
by the time I watched this last night, I was dead tired, and
yeah,
I had a couple beers, so.
Okay, Burley. Okay. So, what I'm wondering is, this game kind of, in a way, reminds me of the Shadow of War games, the Nemesis system. In a sense, I wonder if the Nemesis system is going to be implemented at all in this game when it comes to fighting beasts, or the types of beasts that you're going to be fighting throughout the game. It'll be interesting to see if that's implemented at all in Hogwarts Legacy. We shall see. But yeah. All right. So anyway, okay, that's enough. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. And so let me get to this here.
Yep. But I am surprised that this is coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I love my Switch, but you ain't gonna play this game on a Switch. You're playing this on an Xbox. You're playing this on a PC. You're playing this on a PlayStation. You're only playing this on a Switch if the Switch is the only device you have.
I couldn't see anybody playing.
And I'm waiting to find out till we get the thing of the Switch. It's a cloud version. I'm waiting until that news drops, because then I'm just gonna be like,
right. All right. So anyway, we'll go more into detail on the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast, episode 78, that we'll be recording tomorrow, our weekly episode of the podcast. So stay tuned for that. We'll show the entire video, and we'll get more into the details of Hogwarts Legacy and what it has to offer then. So, all right, Burley. So next up, our last story for the morning show today, for the Friday edition. Some new Sega Genesis games are coming to the Switch Online service, so you have some things to say about that. Yeah. We're going to get to that right after this, so stay tuned. So here we go.
Transition.
Okay, Burley, so 3 Sega Genesis games have been added to Nintendo Switch's online expansion pack. So as I get the video, I'm going to play the video here. So while I'm doing that, can you go ahead and explain what's coming?
Yeah, I'm just going to read Z's comment first quick. I'm going to enjoy, this is related to the Harry Potter. I'm going to enjoy making it if you can make and customize your own character in this game. That you can. So in this, we're actually getting 3 Genesis games coming to the online service. Scheduled maintenance yesterday suggested Nintendo be updating the Switch Online expansion pack service with some additional Sega Genesis / Mega Drive titles. And surely enough, 3 or more games have been added to the service. The latest additions are Light Crusader, Super Fantasy Zone, and Alien Soldier. Here's a bit about each, courtesy of Nintendo. In Alien Soldier, the acclaimed developers at Treasure invite you to take on the role of a Birdman with steel wings to fight against 25 bosses in this challenging game. You can learn new tactics with every defeat or take advantage of that handy rewind feature for your perfect run. So, Thank you, rewind feature. Super Fantasy Zone has you powering up the ever-appealing Appa Appa across 8 colorful planets. In Light Crusade, also from Treasure, let the nobility light your way through a loving crafted RPG. To play this games on the Switch, you obviously need to have Switch Online membership and the subscription to the higher priced expansion tier.
Yeah.
So this was kind of a surprise, to say the least, that we just got 3 new games just dropped in.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way Nintendo is weird and bad with things. I didn't think we were going to get any more Genesis games.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I at least thought we were going to get more, I thought we'd get some of the more, the first party hits from Sega itself.
Yeah.
Because there's still quite a few that are missing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad to see, for those that did pay for the service, you are getting more for your value.
Yeah.
There's more coming. More came. So this does give us hope that in the future we could get some more Genesis games.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wishing we got. I'm wishing Nintendo would stick to a schedule on this and be like, this month you're getting so many games, and maybe NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, or N64, or like one of each.
Yeah.
Put them on there. There's tons of titles they can put on at this point. Like even on NES and Super NES, there's tons they could put on. That Nintendo owns the right, but Nintendo is Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see them put like 5 or 6 games on a month at least, but that's Nintendo.
Out of all the services,
yeah,
it may be the cheapest. Like Nintendo Switch Online is the cheapest because you can buy a year here in Canada, 1 year for one person for $20, $20-something, which is cheap compared to the 60-something or 70-something PlayStation, which is like $90 in total, or the Game Pass 16-something a month.
Yeah,
you are getting a ton for your value.
Right.
Like those ones, you're getting stuff each month. Nintendo is just the cheap one.
Yeah. All right, so thanks for that, Burley. So some new titles for the Switch Online service. So you can find our podcast, of course, on, for example, on Twitter at Twitter at the Arena AMPGMP. So, and also we have a Discord. So I'll give you the invite link there. So if you have a Discord, you can come join us on the Arena Podcast Discord, and we can be discussing with you some of the new game releases, of course, gaming news, anything about movies and TV shows and entertainment and pop culture. We have it on the Arena Discord. So come and check us out there. So that's a link to our Discord. And also, of course, on YouTube, of course, at youtube.com/The Arena Productions. All of our shows, our podcast, our extra takes, our post shows for the podcast, our Marvel shows, our Star Trek shows, our Star Wars shows, everything goes up to our YouTube channel. So please check that out. Hit that like and subscribe button. And please watch our videos in their entirety, because we're trying to reach a YouTube partner for the channel. So any view time helps us with that. So thank you so much for your support. And of course on Twitch. We also are doing the morning show here on Twitch and on YouTube and on Twitter. And of course at twitch.tv/thearena_podcast, where you can check out these shows in video on demand, as well as on YouTube, of course, and on Twitter. So, and if you are interested in checking out our Patreon, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/thearena_podcast, where, of course, all of our video content goes up in early access and ad-free, as well as our podcast in audio format as well, and the post show. So go and check that out if you want to help us and support our content. So over at patreon.com/thearena_podcast. So you can check that out. So, all right. So Burley, I think that's going to do it for the Friday edition of the morning show, episode 55. Yeah. So I want to thank Z for coming in. I want to thank Turn-Based Carl for coming in, our other co-hosts on the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News podcast. And I just want to show you all. So tomorrow, of course, we're going to be recording episode 78 of the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News podcast, with our reactions and full details on Hogwarts Legacy. So we're going to be going a little more in depth into Hogwarts Legacy tomorrow on our regular weekly podcast episode. So Burley and I will be bringing that to you. We'll be recording it tomorrow, and then it will go up to free podcast services after early access, obviously, on Patreon after one day. So it'll go to free podcast services, and then, of course, the video format will go up to our YouTube channel at The Arena Productions. So please check that out. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be talking about Hogwarts Legacy in more detail. So, all right, Burley, any last words before you fall asleep on me before you have to start work? Yeah.
No, I just want to say thank you for the those that have come in, and thank you for everyone watching that is watching, not live, but watching on YouTube. All your support, we do greatly appreciate it. Do apologize, I'm not as energetic as I normally am.
Yeah. I had today off, so it's kind of like for me, it's a 4-day weekend, because Monday next week is a public holiday here in Japan. It's the first day of spring, so everybody gets the day off. So.
For me, next week it's a 4-day weekend.
Nice. Yeah, well, spring break's coming up for me soon. Yeah, from teaching. So from next Friday. I'm off for 2 weeks. Yeah.
So does that mean you, we're gonna go fly to Fort Lauderdale, meet Carl there?
Yep. There you go. Just get up and just pound down the spiritual opium and the beers and everything else. Yeah, good stuff, man.
Crank up the girls record and just
yeah. All right, man. So that's gonna do it for us. I've been your host Expat, along with my co-host Burlyman Gaming on Twitch. So this has been episode 55 of the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast morning show. So which we of course air every Monday through Friday. At 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time. 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time now, since Daylight Savings Time has begun again. So, so we hope you all can check us out, and on video on demand as well. So thank you so much, and we will catch you in the next one next Monday. Yeah. So have a great morning, have a great day, have a great weekend, everyone, and have a great time with your gaming and stuff. So take care, and we will catch you on Monday. So take care, everyone. Peace out. Burley, kill the feed.
With pleasure. Drink some hard Mountain Dew, everyone.